Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here and seeing me for the first time, my name is Lutendo Diopara, and for those who are always here supporting us, we say grab a cup of coffee, water, whatever that you would like to be drinking, and let's chat, right? Sometimes I comes with a chat motivated by situations or places that I was daytime or influenced by my surroundings. So today I I went out. Today is actually Saturday, so I went out earlier. I went into different places for reasons that I would share when it's much want to be shared. And after that, I went to my sister's house, spent time with her, seeing her new place and stuff like that, and all those good things that were happening. So, and while I was there, we had a discussion, right, about women and all those good things about women. And it dawned me, or it came to my mind, that I should then have a conversation in terms of my thoughts as a woman who is loved, who have kids, who is married, who have a partner, who have a lover or a boyfriend, right? I noticed that when we are in relationships, in whatever kind it is of that relationship we are in, and that is my daughter you are seeing there, I noticed that we then depend a lot in our relationship, right? Relationships that we are in. And I felt like we have to be very careful how we go about that, right? Why am I saying that? So, why am I saying that? Sorry, I think my phone was acting up there. It is important that a woman or any other human being of any gender should understand that it's important to never betray yourself for an external relationship, as the biggest relationship that you will ever have in this life is with yourself. So I want you to treat that relationship very well. So, as a woman, while you are in the relationship with the next person, uh, try to understand um, try to understand that you're not there to completely lose yourself. You are actually there to complete, or should I say, fulfill a combined vision, right? Why I'm saying that, I feel like women, when they get into relationship, they then 100% depend on the next person in such a way they are no longer even investing in themselves or even be a productive assets within the relationship. And for me, I feel like it's important that you never forget that. Even if your husband or your your partner is asking to start a business or to start anything else that will grow them, why can't you be part of it? Why can't you invest in understanding how to run that business? Why can't you invest in understanding how to remain an asset in your relationship? How to invest in staying relevant, whether the person is with you or they leave? Because I feel like most of the time, when that person leave, the next person that we are dependent in leave our relationship, we end in a space where we can't even afford to buy ourselves bread, nor even feed our kids, because we never invested in ourselves. We rather invested on the next person's vision, which is important to invest in it. But while you are doing so, in learn yourself how to run that vision with or without that next person, right? And not fully depend on the next person in such a way zero investment is happening in yourself, especially in terms of in learning. I don't know how to put it. Like, if you are doing any working on any position, have a plan on how to move from point A to point B. Don't be too comfortable in what you are doing today and think it will sustain you for lifetime. You might find you might not be relevant in the next 5 years or in the next 6 months. So it's the same within in our relationship. When we are in it, let us not forget to invest in ourselves. If a man is running a certain business or is running a career or is studying, let us also be doing something for ourselves so we are relevant with or without, as I'm saying. And not be too in love and say, oh, I cannot live without this person. Yes, do not live, do not be able to live without that person, not because of your incapabilities of running your own life, but because of love, if I may say, your family reasons and your whatever plans or visions you have with that person. But if anything happen or that person leave you, you are able to sustain and run the family accordingly and not be so dependent on the next person in such a way that you are not looking after yourself. I also picked up that I was in this other shop and I realized that the women were talking about one of their colleagues while I'm doing the shopping there. And I think the colleagues has actually fallen in love. And in the beginning of in love, it's a honeymoon stage. Obviously, maybe the showing off of things will happen a whole lot of the time. So in the conversation, it was mainly not constructive conversation. It was mainly disputing or not, bad talking behind that person. Ukudita wa queen, like she thinks she's better, right? By the way, it doesn't mean that tomorrow will be the same. Maybe this person might leave you. So as women, we lack that supportive structure where when somebody has actually fallen in love, we actually support and we, even if it won't work, even if it will work, but can we be positive and support one of our a person who is actually doing well or they found love? Just because you have not found love, it doesn't mean that then you have to then create a gossip structure to demolish somebody else's experiences. And it made me realize that they could be spending that time planning on how they're going to exit on this position that they're doing, which is then the closing selling that they were doing. They should be discussing the bigger plans of where do they see themselves, how do they start their own business, how do they move to become a supervisor, assistant manager, whatever they want to do. But no, we find ourselves spending a whole lot of time putting other other people's life down. And I just thought, guys, women, let's really, really wake up and be useful in our own space, in our own life, and I don't know, configure a pattern that is going to sustain us for a lifetime, make us stay relevant within the world and involving with the generation. And there's a whole lot of things that are lacking in our country that we can be constructive doing those things, or building our own life into something that is lacking rather than seeing what other people are doing and bad-mouthing or focusing on being in love, right? As I started the conversation, even though I kind of like went away a bit. Again, I'm not saying falling in love is a wrong thing to do. Do not fall in love and forget how to stay relevant and how to sustain yourself and how to be somebody who's an asset within their space, or should I say environment. So I just thought, I don't know, maybe I did make sense or maybe I did not, But my main thing is that a woman, you can be fully a woman and be able to do everything that you need to do on your own, with or without, if I put it that way, right? And yeah, we are species that are capable, right? We are capable of building the nation, building the families, and building anything that is built we can build. And let's just make sure we are building something that can also keep us relevant on in this world, right? And not realize when somebody has left our life, and at that time maybe we're in the age where we cannot fix anything, or where we are in this space where we are vulnerable in such a way, we become victims of circumstances. So I just thought, let's chat. So I hope I did make sense and not mumble around and wasting your time. And yeah, thank you so much for spending the time and listening to what I was saying. And let's do this. Let's look after ourselves. It's even August now. Let's reset. If we have not started, let's reset. And our first reset is our mind, right? And the vision of where we want to see ourselves, and start doing that, right? Thank you so much. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Mwah.